If you're a sub to my stream, and if this goes on YouTube, same. If you're a sub to my stream, when the preseason starts, it's gonna all the new shit's gonna go to the PBE. All right. I would really like to have a whole group of people with PBE accounts in my community so that we could do, well, obviously it's good for my YouTube content. This is my job after all. But secondarily, it's more of like a good way to actually test things without dealing with the constant dodges, the constant bullshit that happens every time a new batch of changes is released. So if you are a sub to my stream, or if you're not a sub to my stream, then get yourself a PBE account. My contact Unranked Smurf says he has them, a bunch of them. Have a PBE account, get on the PBE, make sure that shit's ready to go. So now that I've said all that, and I've gotten that out of my system, I am going to give you a NEACE Reacts, and hopefully we don't get too many frame drops or whatever. I apologize. We've had some Facebook stream issues today, but... Okay, I'm going to burn out my retinas for this one. Oh, welcome back for a long overdue dive into the state of competitive gameplay on League. In this article, we'll be reviewing how our changes have been performing for the first half of the year and what big changes are coming in the preseason. We'll also briefly touch on the Clash and the future and wrap everything up with a sneak peek at Victorious, which I'm probably not going to give a shit about. Since it's been a while, let's quickly review our goals for the season and some of the core outcomes we expect. Goals and changes. This year, we wanted to get in the core of our competitive systems and clean up the problems that have been painful for a while. Specifically, we've been working towards the following. Improve queue matchmaking quality without compromising queue time and availability. Autofill parity, reduced autofill disparity to less than 5%. Pre-made disparity down from 54% to 5%. New matchmaking methodology, faster, more accurate identification of skill level in normal queues, coming to ranked in the preseason. Interesting. MMR clamps quality of life change so that players at the top and bottom 0.01% of the ladder aren't perpetually stuck trying to find a match. Improved transparency around ranked and matchmaking systems. Ranked informed matchmaking that aims to match only those who are of the similar rank as you are. Improved progression satisfaction and skill expression in our systems. Interdivisional promotion removal. Duo changes to Master Plus. Good. Hopefully this is what I think it is. Structured unlocked of Master Plus tiers. Make rewards more recognizable and relevant for time spent in League. Updates to Victorious thematic and content. Don't care. Players can play with and find other players they want to play with. Flex restriction removal resulting in an increase of number of 5-stack teams by 7% and total available flex matches between 35% and 65% depending on region. Version 1 of Clash, build a team, allowing solo players to list themselves as free agents who can be recruited by friends and friends of friends. I haven't even tried Clash, so I don't really give a fuck. I don't know if it's worth. We've talked about improvements to matchmaking quality and ability to play with others more readily through autofill parity, pre-made parity, new matchmaking methodology, and flex restriction removals. We've also been deep diving into behavioral systems, breaking those problem spaces out in a separate team that is focused on completely fundamental changes to how our systems work in the space. Let's talk about preseason. We're shoring up final matchmaking changes for the year, diving into progression improvements and revisiting rewards. Coming in preseason, we're rapidly approaching the time of the year when change blows heavily on the wind. Worlds looms large, season end is on the horizon, and the ever-looming preseason overhaul is coming in fast. Here are our core commitments over the next few months. Division promo series removal. All right. Interesting. Interdivision promotion games were initially implemented to provide compelling goals for players to tackle between tier. At best, they were a source of relief when you won, and at worst, a source of major frustration when you were bounced out for the 5th time in a row. We wanted to revisit the original decision and solve for unnecessary frustration and climbing blocks between solo and flex queue. As such, at the start of the preseason, we'll be removing the interdivision promotion series in both queues and making following changes to avoid ranked inflation and rapid rubber banding. On division promotion, rolling leftover LP into the next division, removing interdivision demotion protection for players. Demotion protection for players that are at 0 LP. As this change is directly targeted in making the experience better for the players at the divisional level, it will not extend to tier promotions, silver to gold, gold to platinum, etc. We still believe that between tier to promotion series are an important part of keeping the progression between tiers in a meaningful and challenging endeavor. We'll be really looking to you for feedback on the new rank ladder. All right. Personal opinion. I like it. I like it. I think this is a decent compromise. If you guys had my personal opinion, I would rather, personally, I'd rather them just stick a number up there and you are 800 ELO bronze player. NEACE, you are whatever ELO. And then challenger player, you are 2000 ELO or whatever the fuck, right? I would rather it just be a number than than this weird promotion. But I think removing those promotions in the middle of the climb, like, you know, the gold 3 to gold 4, I think that's fine. I accept this. I think it's a good step. Ranked informed matchmaking, and just for the record, I think promotional series are just frustrating, really. Yeah. Ranked informed matchmaking. 2 of our core goals this year center around matchmaking quality and transparency of the ranked system. Though still primarily determined by MMR, we're layering on new guardrails that we're calling ranked informed matchmaking. These guardrails will ensure teams are more balanced from an LP and division perspective in addition to be balanced from an MMR perspective. We measure the success of this change by the difference in LP within your team between the two teams. Our preliminary simulations are already showing significant improvement in the following areas. No change to MMR difference between teams. Within team LP, differential cut by 40% at matchmaking percentiles. Blah, blah, blah. Let's get to what this means. On your side is that you should see very few games where any players in your lobby are more than a tier apart. This change, paired with other matchmaking changes below, will bring match quality and a visible rank closer together. We're excited about these first tests and we'll be continuing more tweaks. So this is where I start disagreeing. These are Band-Aid cures, which kind of, to me, harken back to the days of the old Marlboro man selling the cigarettes. Riot knows their game's addicting. They know that players are buying new accounts. They know that they do it. But they don't do anything to stop it. They don't do anything to mitigate it because they make money off of it. That's my theory. I see no reason why we should be doing these weird fixes. Just come out and say it. Come out and say it. You want Smurfs. You don't want to get rid of them because they make you money. This is bullshit. This is bullshit. This is bullshit. People at Riot, this is scummy addiction, gambling, no different than a slot machine, fucking systems being used. Take advantage of the players, whatever. They know players get banned. They make a new account. They know players get stuck in an ELO. They make a new account. They know it. They don't care. They don't care about you. They don't care about the ladder system. This is bullshit. The solution, again, what they do with Clash, which they've already experimented with tying in phones to Clash. They won't do it because they know they lose money if they do it. They really don't give a fuck about it. I would say right now, having yourself have to link an account to a phone every single time, the shit would stop. It would stop. The smurfing would stop. Or tie in your accounts to one phone. So if you get banned on one, you get banned on all. It would stop. Riot knows. They know how to make their game better. They just choose not to. Ranked seeding. We spoke earlier this year about our ranked seeding explorations, highlighting the value associated with placing players more accurately when they are first placed in ranked queues. A less volatile experience for both new accounts entering ranked and veteran accounts when paired with these new ranked accounts. During our initial exploration, we realizing that our methodology was a bit too simplistic. While the first versions did show improvement, we were still off against our accuracy target. These accounts were winning or losing more games than predicted after initial seeding, which signaled that they were drastically misplaced. Those tests took place shortly after our previous blog release 3 months ago. Most of these misplaced accounts are what we identify as Smurf accounts, and they cover a large spectrum of skill levels. This makes it difficult to really pinpoint where these accounts should be placed and requires a deeper, more complex analysis. In order to really solve the problem this way and not put a bandage over the symptoms, we decided to end the first ranking seeding experiment early and spend a few more months investing in a better version. We plan to deliver the second iteration of ranked seeding alongside. Same thing. Same fucking thing. See that? and not just put a bandage over the symptoms. You will never, they will never fix smurfing. They want the money from it. Just come out and say it. Someone higher up is looking at you guys and is like, well, we can directly contribute a huge source of income to the fact when people buy new accounts and they're on the same IP address, they spend money. They just won't do it, dude. They just will not. They've got people hooked, and like I said, cigarettes, Marlboro Man. They're just cashing in. No give a shit about the addictive quality of League of Legends. No give a fuck. They know they got people hooked, and they know there's no fucking regulation for it, and they don't give a fuck about the game quality of like ranked. They don't. Because if they did, they would fix this problem. This problem would be fixed. They're not fixing it. Yeah, they're like, we're not going to put a bandage over it. We're just going to like throw bandages away for a while, pretend that we're not going to bandage it, that we're going to bandage it later. We're going to use a fucking we're going to use some band-aids later down the line. Like, hello? I don't agree. And by the way, people watching me rant about this stuff, I give them credit when they do good things. I give people credit when they do good things, like with the promotion changes. You know, it's not like my ideal, but it's something. It's a bit of a compromise. Personally, though, it just screams they're making money off it and they know it. And they could fix the smurfing problem, but they choose not to. Apex tier changes. Throughout the year, we've been reviewing the way the ladder works at the very top, and we have some concerns with consistent match quality and generally how players experience what is supposed to be a collection of the best individuals. Regionally, there are vast differences in play rates and expectations for climbing. Some problems that keep coming up are integrity around duos, non-duos, autofill by role, disparity between ranks. For preseason, we want to take a stab at solidifying the statement that players are at this level the best individuals on the server. And we aim to make the playing field as balanced as possible. Our first experimental change is remove duo queue for all players at master tier and above during preseason. I clap for this. This is, again, I'm not bitching about every change. I will admit that this is a decent change. It's not really my ideal utopian solution. My utopian solution would be remove duo altogether. That'd be my utopian solution. My A+ solution. My B solution would be turn this off at Diamond. My C solution is turn it off at Masters and up. But that's a fucking awesome change. That is an awesome change. And I actually cannot wait for the new. This must have been what Tyler 1 was excited about. Someone in chat came in and said that Tyler 1 was hype about something, but he couldn't say. He had kind of like the in. This must have been it, because this is like the best change in the list. I mean, really, I want to rejoice so badly for this one, because as someone who plays a lot of solo in the morning, and as someone who gets compared to a lot of streamers, there's so many streamers that have only ever made it. You guys have seen me do the crazy climb with like Death by Cards back in the day, where I had like the insane win rate with TF and Tryndamere to high elo. Those were my champs. When I made that climb with like a really high win rate, and then there would be people playing against me, and like if I didn't perform and they would talk shit, and then I would have a higher win rate than some of these people, and they were duoing, I just remember thinking to myself, like, dude, you wouldn't even be here. You wouldn't even be, I wouldn't even be in your game if not for duo queue. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, duo queue has been, I mean, it has been the source of so many bullshit success stories. Like, bullshit. It has been the representation of like what skill is on the ladder for a lot of people. People go up to the top of the ladder and they say, oh, I made rank 1. It's like, you made rank 1 or we made rank 1? Because I can tell you right now, countless times, I would see a motherfucker sitting on ranked 1, and I knew for a fact that they duoed through the vast majority of the games. Should have never been a thing. Should have never been in the game. I'm so happy that it's gone, because like a case like, you know, Panzer Dragon, like I said, I think he's a great player. Duo the majority of the time. I think he would probably make Challenger on his own. I think he's good enough. I think he'd probably make Challenger on his own. But I don't know if he makes rank 1 on his own. I don't know how often Tarzan makes rank 1 on his own. I don't know how many times some streamers that are very shit talky would even get into high elo without duos if they would have tilted out of their spots beforehand. So anyways, yeah, I like this change a lot. Best change so far. Start of the season, Apex Unlocked. Second chase, Apex tier is focused on providing meaningful experience in the form of Master Plus Unlock progression. In previous years, we'd open up Apex tier at a fixed point in the early season, and everyone above it at LP ranking would automatically populate the positioning with odd LP values. This experience was both jarring and confusing, led to some awkward situations where players would spike to a higher ranking than they should be, just being at the cusp when the gates were open. This year, we want to take a different approach and unlock the Apex tier right at the start of the ranked season. This will allow for players to fight against each other for those spots and only promote into the tier when they've hit our Apex minimum LP requirement. Unlocked immediately Master, 200 LP Grandmaster, 500 LP Challenger. I hope I have time, dude. I hope I have time to do this, because this sounds like fun. This sounds like rank could be cool here. With the duo abuse cases gone, the only thing you really have to worry about, I think, are the win trading stuff. We'll see. We'll see. I'm excited. 2020 overseas the Chroma. Every year you reach gold. I'm sorry, I skipped right ahead. Lastly, as discussed, we want to continue to look at improve the autofill experience. Top of the ladder, the most pronounced impact games. Autofill player come up against challenger player. We don't have an experiment scheduled for preseason given the other projects, but wanted to let you know this is a problem we're investigating. Ultimately, by trying to balance matchmaking filters in as many ways as we possibly can, we believe that matches right from the start will be more about who performs the best, with less emphasis on which team has the highest % chance of imbalance. We're going to be incredibly mindful of these changes, and we'll be making changes based on player feedback. Oh, I can't wait for people to bitch that they can't duo anymore. As the end of the season rapidly approaches, we wanted to take a brief look at the brief moment to talk about what's coming in the form of rewards. Specifically, ranked seasons are defined by the victorious rewards we distribute at the end of season. 2020 marks 10 years of ranked, and the victorious team hasn't evolved. Blah, 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 blah. Clash, blah, 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 blah. I don't really fucking care. Guys, this is the rundown. This was it. What are we thinking, chat? I'm telling you right now, and also if we clip this for YouTube, what are we thinking, YouTube? I think this is a pretty good pass. I think this is a pretty good pass.